In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down an overload offense and the reasons why an overload offense works against a zone defense. So if you find yourself going up against zone defenses a lot, this is definitely a play that you're going to probably like to have in your playbook. So let's get down, let's check this out really quickly. Make sure to go check out my complete guide to the 5-out offense because it's actually also a very good option that you can run against a zone defense. Okay, so first, let's go up against a 2-3 zone. In a 2-3 zone, most of the time, what you're going to see is two players trying to trap up top to try to force the ball handler left or right. An easy way to counter this if you were using a 5-out offense is just to quickly pass to the wing and then cut to the basket, make a quick pass back to player 1. That will collapse the defense. You can kick it out for a 3-point shot, or even player 2 could be cutting baseline, player 5 could be cutting baseline. There's a few different options here, but definitely go check out the link down in the description below for the complete guide to the 5-out offense. But one of the easiest overload offenses that you can run is the 3-out 2-in. And the reason why overload offenses work, I'm going to get into while I am explaining this play. So we're going to start with player 1 passing to player 2, and player 1 is going to cut down towards that corner. When this happens, the defense is going to shift, and now we are essentially in single coverage. Depending on how the defense goes though, if and when the ball is up top, you're going to usually see player 4 covering that ball first, which means that when player 1 cuts down towards that corner, he may be open right away for a 3-point shot until player 4 recovers. At this time, player 5 is going to be cutting to the high post, and now we essentially have 4 players being guarded by 3. If there is player 2 who is covering that high post, what you really want to do is to bring now player 3 over, swing this ball back around, whether by passing or by setting a screen so that player 1 can dribble over and get that ball over to player 3. When this happens, whichever player is in the corner needs to sprint as fast as they can along the baseline to get themselves open on this wing. When this is happening, we want to see player 5 and 4 cross. 5 and 4 will cross, player 3 will pass to player 2, and player 3 will then go down towards the corner. One of the ways that you can beat a zone defense is by swinging that ball from one corner to the other side of the court. What this is going to do is it's going to open up a lot of shot opportunities, but also it's going to open up a lot of holes and gaps so that maybe we can pass to player 4 for a shot, or we can get the ball to player 4 and the defense collapses. Maybe 5 hasn't rotated fast enough yet, and the ball goes down to player 5 for the layup. We can kick it out for a 3. There's a lot of different options, but by swinging the ball from one side over to the other, this can really open up a lot of opportunities for scoring. One of the ways to beat a zone is fast passing. And in fact, fast passing is one of the easiest ways to be able to beat a zone defense. The other reason why overload offenses work is because in most cases, that high post, if there's a low post player, is going to be wide open. So you can get that ball into the high post, which is one of the weakest spots on the court against a zone, and usually because it's a high post, player 5 will be the one who gets dragged up to guard the high post, so you can have a quick high to low post pass for an easy layup or dunk. In fact, this is why I really like a triangle offense against a zone defense. We can have player 1 pass over to player 4, and then player 1 cuts down towards that low corner. When that happens, that's going to be opening up opportunities for player 1 to be open for a 3 really quickly. If they get that double here and you don't pass fast enough, at this time, what we would be looking to do is a couple of different options. We can have player 5 set a screen on player 4. Player 1 can use that screen. We can have a pass to player 1 who could go for a hook shot in the middle of the key, or that'll drag player 5 up, and player 5 blue on our team could cut baseline or roll baseline, and that could be an easy pass. The other option is this could collapse the defense once again, and that'll put player 2 in a position to guard 2 players. Player 1 could kick that ball out to player 3, and then the extra pass could give us an open an open 3-point shot. So the triangle offense works extremely well if you incorporate the triangle at first, and that sets screens for whoever has the ball. So running a triangle offense is very effective against a zone, especially a 2-3 or a 3-2 zone. For example, in a 3-2 zone, you're going to be able to have player 1 pass to player 4, and player 1 could cut down towards that corner, yet again creating himself an open 3. Now, if player 3 moves down, now, again, same idea, we can open up different opportunities so that now, let's say player 4 sets that screen, and player 5 is posting up his man to a point where he's locked down. We can then have player 1 use that screen, and we could have player 1 potentially pass to player 5 in the post, or swing the ball over to player 2. This will be shifting the defense, where now player 2 could pass to player 3, player 1 could then continue through, and now that's pulling player 5 in and out, and we could have these two players trying to attack the gaps as to whoever has that ball. That's going to bring player 4 over to try and guard this, and of course at this time, you've just attacked a gap and you could get some easy layups. So, by attacking gaps, by overloading an offense on one side and swinging it around to the opposite side, and by getting the ball into the high post, we can really destroy a lot of different teams, especially those who run zone defenses. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.